All right. Good morning, people. Happy Friday. What a market, eh? No trades for me yet today, team. All right, those in Discord will know the two things I was looking for. That fade that we got overnight. Luckily, some of the guys in Discord are now in London, so they caught that beautiful fade after we swept the all-time highs and traded back inside. We are at a very, very crucial level right now. All right, trading between yesterday's point of control and overnight point of control. Even on a 5-minute, where you can see we washed down underneath London, trading back into inside this range. So there's two real questions here. All right, do we get SMT? Do sellers turn up here while the ES has already swept all-time highs for a rotation lower, or are we just going to continue to bid higher? The other alternative, of course, is that we just do this all day. All right, and that is very possible after a giant move on the week, 1,200 plus points. All right, we've actually hit yearly targets in terms of Fibonacci's. So let's, or at least on the SPY we have. So I'm being a little bit patient today. I'm going to let this shake out. All right. I'm just going to let it shake out. I don't care which direction it goes in. I just want to participate. Now that we've built up significant liquidity, horizontal liquidity, I don't care which direction we go in because I know both sides are trapped now. So now I can look for a trade. Ideally, I'd love a short because I have clear targets for the short, but might not get it. So good morning, Exister, DJ Noah, Array, Tomek, Jeff, Ryan, all the regulars in here. Smash that like button for me. But definitely have a little bit of divergence in this market right now. ES hitting new all-time highs on the day. Good morning, Mindful Matters. Not able to get a close above it on the 5-minute yet on ES. NQ just trading back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in a very tight range, 55-point range currently. I've got my eye on tech because Amazon, Google, Meta, Nvidia are currently red on the day. They had big moves up, tried to break out. Some of them broke, some of them not. All right, so do we get some form of profit taking today? SPY comfortably at all-time highs as well. Just trading upside on the SPY. So I'm just watching the ETFs because they are placed higher because they didn't have those contract rollovers. Good morning, Tyson. Tyson, did you get the short? Were you able to get the short on your time zone? I was fast asleep, but that London rollover was very, very nice. Yes, lovely. I thought you would have. Good work. So new pitch here on ES. So far, all dips this morning holding, but we are in a tightening range right here. Remember, the New York Open, really, we're just between this and this. 50 points. Building liquidity for the next move. We have clear targets both sides. All right, but nice little bounce back up. This can just be a bear flag for a move down if we're looking higher time frame. All we've come and really done, if we're looking at these charts, all right, we broke down for the first time. If we think about this, we broke down for the first time. We're coming back and retesting this area that we broke down from. We would need to see a break of structure here. This is confirmation of the short continuation then to go lower into 900. If we are simply going to come back up here, hold price and trade back inside, obviously we trigger a squeeze. It's probably quite hard to see, is it? Let's move this down a bit. All right, so you can see this underside of the range. How we react here is key. Are we going to hold price over 190 for a potential squeeze back up, like something like this, completion of a cup and then an extension and go? Or do we fail this range, fail down here? This is your break of structure for confirmation of the short. When I say confirmation of the short, I mean confirmation of the trend starting to be a short. No worries, Tyson. A little bit red's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Don't force any trades today. Remember, Freaky Fridays, you got option expiries, you've got people rebalancing their book into the end of the week. You have got a very, very euphoric and exuberant market right now. This is a battle right here. Remember, news coming right now, 10 o'clock news. Not red folder, but still you're going to get some liquidity. And they did pull a ton of liquidity off the book for that, maybe because we're at all-time highs. So let's just have a look at that news print quickly. No, don't want you. Want the news. Pretty much in line. Michigan sentiment. Good morning, Marek. Morning, Asa. Morning, everybody. So tightening range here. No play for me here yet. We can't get through overnight point of control. That is interesting. Or the current session, today's session point of control. ES on an absolute tear. VIX new lows. VIX getting absolutely dunked on. The tech not really joining the party quite yet. Nvidia can't get through that 150. Meta pulled back off 590. Google red on the day as well. Amazon red on the day. Not by a lot, but they are red on the day. If they go red to green, then we might get a move. Meta a little way away from doing that, but the other's not too far. So a fail there into 620 on the ES. NQ still not through previous day close. Hey Sloth, how's it going? Thank you for joining. Watching this 5-minute bar on ES to see how it closes here. Obviously, this is a new hourly bar as well. So far, all this liquidity being built, it's just, can it use it, or is it a failed breakout to come lower? The reason I'm wondering that is just the look on ES if it can't get continuation, and I'm watching that Mag 7 as well. See, this is the data high into 26.75. Not marking it out just because it's pretty much the same spot as PDC. All right, so I'm not going to put any more lines on the charts. Definite battle here. Those buyers that we talked about on the tape earlier are still there, same levels. They're still there. They haven't moved, team. Still down there. 21,062, 21,037, 21,012, and then beneath into the 20,900s. So move back to view up here. ES looking like a failed breakout here. It's got another minute left on this 5-minute candle. Definitely a battle here. So ES back to overnight high. Does it find bids on top of old resistance? So far flushing underneath it now. With volume, I will say with volume here. Is that the end of this move? Still well inside this range currently. No expansion of any range. 25 minutes until the initial balance is set. back to where we found buyers earlier, back to the lower time frame algorithm. If we start to break down under these levels on an M5, we're at support, but if we push and fail now, maybe they get a rotation lower. On M5, maybe it wants to come down to 156 and then 120s. If it is a big if, it wants to fail. ES still comfortably above VWAP, remember. And it's just coming back to check its M5 blocks here on ES. So ES looking a little bit cleaner than the Qs today. Ryan, it's just hotkeys. You need to check the hotkeys. And then whatever you plug in. So you can use a mouse, you can use Stream Deck, you can use keyboard. Go back to the bottom side of the range. I want to see a drive back up to 200 and see how we react there if shorts come back in. Right, just into these wicks and to that VWAP. Or does it just reprice all the way higher here? ES back to check out its previous all-time high level, overnight high. Don't really want to chase this market. So sweep of the lows there. VIX trying to trade back upside, filling its little gap. So there's the sweep. Let's see what it does when it trades back up towards VWAP now. It's still holding all its blocks, okay, on anything slightly higher time frame than the M1, M5, M15, etc. It's holding support structure. Problem is there is a lack of imbalances in this, so it's pretty messy and rangy right now to think about taking anything. Higher time frame, remember, is bullish. Overall, we are in a bullish high time frame move. Right back to that level. I want to see if sellers come in here or if we just squeeze straight through and go back to the upside after sweeping underneath here. Very much like yesterday. Very much like yesterday. Do they sweep this, reclaim this and go back upside now that they caught breakout shorts at the lows, or do we get short continuation coming here? Those are the questions I'm currently asking. I'm just waiting for it to clean itself up a bit because this would effectively be a trade mid-range. So I just want to see how we act here first. ES did reject previous all-time high there, but we're in a very tight range. Even saying that on ES, it's only 2 points above it. So not the cleanest action right now. If we're going to get a bear flag here, I will join this for a breakdown. So Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, and Nvidia now red on the day. Tesla comfortably green, Apple green by about 50 cents. Yeah, have a Google, Ryan. I've never done it myself with computer controllers, but I know lots of people, I've seen them do it before. Probably just need to plug it in by USB and then set up those hotkeys. Still trading inside of initial balance, still in a very small range, 60-point range here since the New York Open. Remember, the last few sessions we've had 200, 250 point initial balance ranges, much, much bigger. So bear flag maybe starting to play out here. ES still not breaking down, so I'm cautious yet to get a entry on this, but it is starting to look good. We are starting to fail up here, this level that I said we need to see sellers come back in here. Right, this is going to be the key level here. Really, I'd need to see some clear follow through and ES really to play ball, and the VIX, which is not currently. Be cautious into these levels where we found buyers earlier in the session, and we're into yesterday's point of control. If we start flipping that, I think we can reprice lower. Starting to sell Meta a little bit more aggressively here. Yeah, still holding on. Still nothing yet, still waiting. Starting to look a little bit better on the M5. But yeah, ES and the VIX are the divergence today. It's making it very hard to pull the trigger on something right now. Wonder if we can trade down to sort of that 115, that overnight level that we put in. 150 and then 123 maybe. Here's this one here, and this pivot here, what's this? Yeah, 120s. Just know that looking at the structure, this is where we found buyers at about 9 AM this morning. You see right here. That's where we found buyers this morning. First push, pullback. This could be a breakout retest. If we start to fail underneath this, then I expect us to come for these lows. If we start to fail that, then we have huge imbalances that we can go and attack. Big ifs. Yes, still soaking its M5 block. All right, still holding that 08 area. Hasn't even got to VWAP yet on the ES. VIX still trading sub 15, currently trading at 1474. our buyers down here. Just want to see if they get filled here and soak it, or if they're going to let it go. It's a very sensitive area, and when we're in a tightening range like this, it gets a little bit tricky. So you don't want to chase that bear flag breakout into support structure. But then if they let it go, it's just going to waterfall down. 56 level looks like a good level for it to come into. Drive back up here on the ES. I mean, this is the concern now. This is a real battle area ground. It's where we found buyers at 9 o'clock. Yes, with a strong move there. I just don't trust anything right now that's happening. Tightening range like this, underneath the London, but holding price without any real big volume coming in, any big move down on a Friday. Not necessarily sloth. You could say that, but it really depends on the range that's happened before it. Because if you look at the last few days, we've had a huge initial balance and a huge continuation for a breakout outside of it. They're starting to curl here. This is what I'm worried about. This move here, where we knew buyers were down here, if they start to bid above this, reprice this, easy targets now built in for liquidity. See if they squeeze this all the way back up now. Definite battle area. You can see how it's acting. ES through previous all-time high. I want to see how it acts here in and around 13. Do they just squeeze it straight back up now? Feels like a bit of lack of follow through in today's session. Maybe a bit of exhaustion after the last few days. Not exactly surprising, is it? And here comes the ES now approaching 15s. NQ approaching the VWAP. I'm long in this to see if we get that squeeze. Instantly failing VWAP. Don't like that. See if they can soak it back up here. That's better. I want to see it go straight through where this imbalance is now for the long. I'll take a partial there just in case, protecting myself on the day, just in case the sellers come straight back in here. But really, I'm going to look now to try and hold this and see if we can move up our way up to 250 or at least up to 230s. Once we reclaimed the flow zones and I knew we'd trapped down here like we talked about, where buyers were at 9 o'clock. So I'm long from here trying to see if we can hold on to anything. If we can't, so be it. Like we said, this is the imbalance here, so this is what it's repricing. If it gets through this, it has long potential for continuation. And I'd like to see ES break out of all-time highs to hold on to this. Otherwise, it's going to stop me out if it comes back down like that. That's fine. So locking in some money there. Happy to add back in, but I'm very, very cautious on this because we are in middle of range. Middle of range. My fill was a little bit late into 90. I would have really liked to have got filled 10 points lower into 80 to have been able to hold on to this with a bit more conviction, because the battle here is this for continuation under here, or this for squeeze and hold and go. Lower time frame battle. Exactly, the bigger trend, the higher time frame is a long, but currently we have inventory trapped above 227. All right, so the inventory here is trapped currently, so that's why I'm cautious and selling into here. If we get back through this, it's easy, but everyone in here is currently underwater. All right, every long in that section. We always think about who's trapped in the market. Yes, looking good for that reapproach of new highs. Mag 7 not really joining, that's the one concern here. 5 of the Mag 7 still red on the day. Meta very red. Meta down 4.5 points. I mean, not very red, like under 1% still. But compared to everything else, that's the concern. If the Mag 7 aren't going to go, then Qs are going to find it hard to move up. So really to be a long here, I'd want to see it hold 85s. I want to see it hold somewhere around here. Otherwise, like we talked about, this can be a sweep of this to move down. Those are the two options. As long as ES is going to print higher highs, then I'm comfortable taking longs on the Qs, but like I keep saying, I would like to see the Mag 7 get going. It's very hard to pull a trigger when 5 of the Mag 7 are red. And we traded right into POC. Right into POC and rejected. So all these buyers are still underwater. Morning, Matt R. Having a difficult time trying to get used to this price action. It's only been a few days since we broke out, and it will start to settle down next week. All right, I always said to everyone on stream and in the Discord, just get through this week. It will start to settle down next week as they start to digest everything that's happened this week. Not just the election, but also quarter base point cut, what's happening with the bonds and treasuries and mortgages going up. It will all start to be digested, and it should get a little bit easier next week as the euphoria probably starts to exit the market. So just get through this week and then let's see what type of market conditions we have next week. Yes, unable to take out its high there, basically left equal highs now around 18, right? 618, 6018. And as we're coming back into this area that we talked about, so do buyers show up here, or is this the continuation bear flag move? Very, very tricky market right now because you're fighting between a lot of time frames. Daily says up, hourly actually doesn't say up right now. Hourly is stuck. and the M5 and M15 do say up currently. So you're just stuck between a few different time frames. Once that changes, it will get easier. $5 a.m. Eastern, it would have just been the sweep. All right, so I'll show you what, this is what I said to my team last night. So at 6 at night yesterday, New York time, this is what I said I would be looking for. All right, and happy to see at least one of my students got it right here. And the reason we had that, and then this morning I was saying if we don't get a continuation, we'll get this move for a retest of this level. The reason we had that wasn't necessarily news based, it was just simply, if you look at these charts here, once we swept liquidity, we came back inside, everyone sold into that move. All right, so then you got the breakdown of this structure and a repricing to areas where we found buyers earlier. All right, so really simple, like a little rollover and a reprice. I don't think it was necessarily a news event. So buyers showed up in that same place. Remember I said 80s, 85s, I'd want to see buyers start to show up. Yeah, kind of sideways at the moment, Matt, still stuck in a 70-point range. Initial balance will start in just over 3 minutes. But yeah, just probably a bit more consolidation today after a huge move. But what it will mean is even if we close here, by the time we open on Sunday and Monday, we will be back probably at the top of the Bollinger or just inside the top of the Bollinger. The low of day currently today is sat on the Bollinger Band, the upper Bollinger Band on the daily. So if we close around here tomorrow, we're probably back on the Bollinger. Yeah, no real news today. It was light news at 10 o'clock. So all it is do we get profit taking? Is there a reason for anyone to start selling this market or really continuing to bid it up? They will need shorts trap to continue to bid it up like we always talk about. I was hoping to make a bit of money today and get off the charts early, but it looks like that is not going to happen. But fortunately, I made good money early in the week, so it doesn't matter that yesterday was enough for, was actually enough for quite a few coffees in the end, but not a lot, and then today, nothing. Just over break even on that last trade. Okay, so new high of day on ES. ES swept high of day through 18s. Notice how the Qs are still not getting going. All right, Qs are still not anywhere near all-time highs up here. Nowhere near it. Again, Mag 7 is not green on the day. Cannot get going on the day. So ES trading back inside after taking all-time highs. Midpoint of range here in the initial balance of the New York session. We are sat right at VWAP. Okay, so here's the initial balance now officially set. So IB rules will apply. I'll be watching it especially closely on the ES as it's trying to print back up towards its initial balance high, which is its current high of day and high or all-time high forever and ever. All right, so that's 618.75. So far in 5-minute bars, we've had 3 approaches to it and we've sold up there every time. So there's definitely selling up there. If we start to squeeze through it, maybe it opens the gate if there are enough shorts based up there. If it can't get through it, or if it does a failed auction and rolls inside, I think ES's NQ story is likely to be the weaker of the two if that happens. What a bore. What a bore. London had all the fun yet again. Lost count of how many times I've said that recently. London gets some really nice, easy, smooth moves. We're just stuck right now on an hourly chart between 2 blocks, basically. Between where we failed down from, here, and where we found bids, and we're just stuck between the two, repricing this London move down. Is the market going to start to get moving upside here? Still not through this whole imbalance here, but it's looking a little bit better. Yes, banging on the door of its IBH. See if we can get a squeeze continuation here. Here we go. So this was the move I was looking for earlier now. Just a lack of momentum to really send it here. The ES has really got to go, and again, the Qs are going to struggle. Now you've got 6 of the Mag 7 red on the day, so it can't take this yet. Really, really big divergence across the market here. ES again, swept IBH, failed, traded straight back down, cannot get above that and sustain it. So it's having another approach now, but I don't like looking at the Qs thinking upside right now. Also look at the VIX. VIX trading up while the ES is trading up and the Qs are stuck. Don't like seeing that with the VIX trading, trying to trade back upside at the same time as ES is making all-time highs. That is a little bit concerning. So new highs here on ES. Above the IBH currently. Another minute until a 5-minute bar will close. Sorry, move you to the right one. Apologies. So I guess 20 psychological number now for the ES. If it's going to be like this for another 20 minutes, I'm going to walk away. I'm not going to trade mid-range initial balance if we're not going to get moving. So 5-minute bar, first one opening above the IBH here. Yeah, exactly, 60-hour trader. And it's a beautiful day, nice clear sky, so that's exactly what I'd like to do. Maybe head over to Palos Verdes or something. So here's the dump. What was I saying? The VIX, I don't like seeing VIX trade upside with the market trading upside. And there you go. There's a decent pullback here on the market now. ES again failing above that IBH. It is tricky conditions here as we trade back and forth between key levels, and it's going to just soak and then dump and soak over and over again, tighter and tighter and tighter until something gives. So divergence playing out again. I've had that a few times recently. Now, do they soak this level again, or are they going to let this bear flag go now and actually come and attack some decent levels? I have no idea. I would love to see it trade down to 120s, but I really don't know what this market wants today as it battles between time frames. ES soaking again while the VIX is moving upside again. Mag 7 all red other than Tesla. So can we go risk off here for rotation? Here we go. So I'm going to look to see if I can join this and at least get to 150s, then maybe 120s if it will give me something. I don't just want to see it sweep 177 and turn back inside. That will be that trap move again if it does something like that. Pretty ugly if it does that. Still soaking that we talked about. So how does it react here? Do they sell this right here, right now for continuation? Oh, my camera's gone, sorry. There we go, we're back. I want to see momentum to the downside with a failed auction on ES. That's what I want to see come in, which is starting to come now. Here we go. This is better. I want to see us get underneath the IB low on the Qs and then a continuation lower. Real lack of momentum there again. ES again, just trading back to its 5-minute block and getting soaked again. So this is starting to give me no trade kind of vibes. I've had a couple attempts here. I am green on the day, but it's there's an unwillingness to sell, which is not surprising, given that the daily is in a buy model. But really no big volume coming in to drive it down, and everything's getting soaked up. That last candle, look how much volume came into the buy side, lots on the buy side, and it soaked it back up. So again, what do we talk about? If it cannot close hard beneath this, be very careful about the trap yet again. Then we need to wait. Are they going to resell this now, or have they caught enough to go back upside? Like, constant questions in the market, unfortunately, today, because there's no clear trend. Not in terms of the lower time frame anyway. I still put. Why is my camera doing this a lot today? I still watch the VIX even with the Qs. I know it's volatility in the SPY, but it has a pretty good correlation still. But mainly what I'm looking for is the divergence, like we saw earlier. Are they going to let it go now? Big battleground. Double bottom there, left there at 175. So I think they come back and take that out, even if small, but who knows? But like literally everything's being soaked. Look at that. So it's triple sweep underneath now, but all these stops left here and soaked straight back up. So it's a real battle here. Yes, right back to its IBH. What a mess. What a mess. I'm just getting my hands off. It's amazing to see actually market holding up this well. It's really impressive. I think they come and clear these up, honestly, but it's really hard. Like it's really hard to get a good read on this today. It's a harder read, but all these double bottoms here feel like they're going to come and clean it up. There you go. So they just repriced early, higher to come back down. This is too clean down here. And it's just like these bars here are not nice. Like inside, 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 inside. That's not good action. Bear with me, guys. I've got to take this call. So liquidity will be used, make sure I'm back alive, yeah. Liquidity will be used one way or another, either like this or like this. And this is not clear, all right, when we're printing inside bar, inside, 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 we're inside initial balance, etc., etc. Look at the difference between NQ and ES. ES is right by its IBH, NQ not far from its IBL. Not far from its IBL. Yeah, that's the worst. Exists. I have that a lot. But just make sure you put your stops and you'll take profits in, and then you should be fine. I have a question. How do you mean strengthen your discipline and patience when you've been losing for a while and break the slump? Size down. Just size down. Sizing down will make it much, much easier for you. And go back to just sticking to your rules and sizing down and slowly edge your way back. And you'll build confidence as you start to have more and more green trades. The last thing you want to do is size up. A lot of people, what they try and do is size up when they're not trading well to try and make the money back. And then it's the worst thing you can do. Just size right back down. Take a break as well. Make sure you take some breaks. Trading's exhausting. I don't just mean like take a break in the day. I mean, take a week off. Markets will always be here. Take some time off. Mentally give yourself permission to relax. I'm taking a week off in the week leading up to Thanksgiving. I won't be here. Yeah, market's dead. It's absolute shite while it builds liquidity, unfortunately, and it's got a huge divergence as ES breaks out yet again towards and above all-time highs now, tapping that 620 we talked about, and the Qs are dead. Yeah, 6 of the Mag 7 red and the market sideways. Makes sense of that for me. I'm just about done here. Basically a break-even trade, lost a couple points on slippage, so I'm down $28. Ooh dear. I'll give it 10 minutes till the new hour, but yeah, no. We're just trapped at those ranges we talked about, and we flip point of control from the highs down here now. So now there's lots of volume down here. For the last 2 sessions, volume is down here now. So we flipped it. So now it's right on the edge, 17 or 180-ish. Yeah, 180-ish is point of control on this session. 170 from the session before, and it was up at 230s. So we flipped that. Come on, camera. This is starting to annoy me now. Good thing is I've got new lighting and new rig coming over the weekend, so be all set up for next week. So yes, driving higher now. Market repricing this imbalance here, so again have to see how it acts. I lack any trust in anything right here in the market. EMA is now flat as well. Yeah, flat, never a good look. Minutes and then I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it early today because this action's not very fun. Save my capital, save my mental capital. M5, yeah, potentially. I mean, M5 is really just doing the same thing we talked about this morning. Right, it's stuck against previous day close, which is like right here, and the London session. Make sure you can see that. So we've traded down to a pool of liquidity, traded back up. Right, we broke down, found some buyers down here, and we've started trading back up, repriced this, and now we're just trading between this until something eventually gives, which is why it's not fun to trade. Midpoint of initial balance is never fun to trade either. So probably forced a few today. Tesla's so strong, man. Up almost 20 points now. 6.6% on the day. What a move. Bitcoin now 76,000. What do we say? If Trump comes in, that thing's going to rip. Anyone who's long in that, congratulations. Nice breakout on the daily. Yes, new highs again, 22s now. Q still can't get going. Maybe they flip this imbalance and run it higher now. No volume in this. No volume in it at all. No conviction in the market right now. We need to see volume come in to drive this much, much higher. Starting to flip it. There we go. Needs to get going. There we go, finally. Okay, new highs on the ES. So trying along in there as we've started to flip it. Just tiny, tiny size now, because I've had more than enough attempts today without it working out for me. So this pulls back straight away and stops me out. Oh, come on, at least sweep that liquidity above the internal highs. Come on. There's just nothing in this. All right, I'm not out of this yet, but if this just slaps back down and stops me out, I'm gonna walk away. There we go. I'm out, break even there. No more trades for me today. I'm gonna be disciplined. I'm going to be disciplined. Freaky Friday, I'm down 20 bucks. Break even after break even after break even, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You have days like that. Giving it enough chances to go both directions. I've tried both directions on setups that are there. Probably starting to lack patience today, which is absolutely fine. I'm exhausted after a long week, but I'm up. I don't know what I've made this week, but quite a lot of money. Monday, Tuesday were very, very good. Wednesday should have been good, but I was risk off. Yesterday, I was probably overly cautious. I said to the team in Discord, I'm sorry about that, overly cautious. But thankfully, a lot of them got a short. Yeah, not a great market today. Not a great market. ES is much better. ES a really nice market today. I'm trading over its IBH. If you look at the M5 on an ES, every single pullback on the M5 is lovely. Look at this. Think about these levels. Here's your block, M5, push, break, retest, buy. Push, buy. Here's your new block, push, buy. So really clean on the ES today. Very, very, very clean. Just a lack of follow through in the market on the Qs, and it's really not surprising, is it? We're up 1,200 points in 3 days. So it's not surprising that there's a lack of buyers showing up. And the other side, you have to think, they might start selling later, but it would just be profit taking. Monday's bank holiday, is it? For the States as well? What, and futures are closed, or it's just the stock market? Veterans Day. Okay, yeah, great. It's just the bond market that's closed. Everything else will be open. Yeah, markets are open. It's just the bond market that's closed, but they're going to be assholes. They're going to do it now. Right, I'm signing off because the longer I'm here, the more I'm going to keep trying to get these. And really, like, each time, what's it moving? Like 10 points, 15 points. It's probably going to do a 50-point rip as soon as I get off, but that's okay. It's Friday. I've made my money in the week. I'm not red on the day. I consider, anything down like this is basically break even. It's just a little bit of slippage on trades. Thank you for showing up. Oh, Marek, thank you very much. Super kind with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. I will be back Monday. Definitely going to be back Monday, even though bonds are closed. I will still trade Monday. Please trade safe over the weekend. Keep your eyes out for some headlines which might move the market come Sunday, Monday. Be cautious the rest of the day, okay? We are just trading between the higher time frames. I cannot say this enough, all right? Focus on this hourly chart. We are trading between this range here where buyers are trapped, which is why we cannot get through it. Every time we get up there, they keep selling it. And we're trading this range here where buyers came in. So buyers are from here, sellers are from here. This is the range until something breaks. If we break underneath this, retest, stay heavy, we go down. If we break underneath it, reclaim, that's a very bullish sign. If we break above this and stay heavy, we go down. If we break above it and reclaim, we go bullish back up. Those are your plays for the remainder of the day. All right, just focus on that higher time frame. Don't get too drawn into the lower time frame. Just checking chat before I say sayonara. Okay, peace out, big love, use hard stops, all that usual stuff. Thanks so much for turning up this week. Really appreciate it. See you Monday.